Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video that I made of the Valentine Day baby, and she's doing very well right now. I will be showing more of her in a different dress where you'll be able to see what she looks like with her blushing and just her, just a little bit more. It'll be more of an up-to-date dress of today's time frame, but it will be still show some of the work I did on her. The next thing we're moving, there's something else I wanted to say. Oh, I had her sitting here last night, and I went to go get her some clothes because her body was on her now. So I sat her up, which in my mind I knew could she fall? I questioned that, but I thought she was sitting so well, nothing won't happen. Well, doesn't she fall back? Yeah. And where did she fall? Right here on this, her head hit here. Her paint, though it is dried, it's still seasoning, I would call it. It needs to harden and firm yet. It's still fresh, but it's to the touch. You're not going to get any paint on you. Well, a little chip out of the back of her head came off. I found the chip laying right down here. So I took the chip and I was able to glue it back in the position that it came off. And yeah, you can kind of see it, but I'm going to call it her birthmark. There you go. So what is it with that doll and her head getting hit all the time? I don't know. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next doll. And this is the doll that I'm working on next, the next big baby. This is the one where the hand came off. So here's her beginning right here. Well, I've taken her paint off. So we're starting here right down to the bare bones on her. She has a little bit of paint on her nose. If you can see that or not, I'm not sure if you can see that. There's paint on the end of her nose right in here. So anyhow, what I'm going to do is we're going to take that paint off of her. And I'm just going to flick around and take off little pieces of paint. If I see them, that paint's going to come off. I took some off with my fingernail. That's just how dried that paint was. It just straight off with my fingernail. There's a little bit up here, whatnot too. But we're going to work on the nose right now. So one thing about this doll here that's confusing me, I think she had a wig on. When I was taking her paint off, I think I found some stuff that pointed to a wig, some glue and whatnot. There's still some glue up here that I see, some glue. So she had a wig on. She's more like a child doll than she is the one I just did, the Valentine's Day baby. She was a toddler, like the early part of toddling around. Where this one, she has straight legs. So she's getting on in a few years now. So maybe you could say she's like a 3-year-old, maybe, I guess you could say. I usually see legs like this on a doll that would probably represent a 4, 5, 6-year-old. The little straight legs. I don't think she's supposed to be that. Now, she came with only 2 little chompers in her mouth. But I was looking at some teeth for her, and I was putting them up inside of her here. Now, I can get my hand up in her a lot better than I could the Valentine Day baby. But the thing is, I was looking at maybe putting about 4 teeth across here because she has a beautiful open mouth. And with those 4 little teeth, she looked wonderful. Now, I don't know if I want to wig her or not. I'm really deciding, should she have a wig on? Or should I just use the molded hair? Because I love molded hair dolls. I do. There's just something about airbrushing them and seeing how the molded hair takes hold with the paint and highlights her, But this is supposed to be more of a child doll where she would have more hair than an infant doll with wispy hair and whatnot, I'm kind of trying to decide right now which way I want to go with her. Do I want to wig her or do I want to, I think I like just to keep her with the molded hair. I love molded hair. It's just how I am. I just love it. I love the looks of it. She's still in that wee years, her tender years here. So I think I'm just going to keep her just with molded hair. I just love it. She's still got lovely molded hair back here. Now I'm going to take care of. You can see they plastered right into the molded hair because they were wigging her. She was going to have a wig on her. So they didn't care where they put the plaster. They just plastered her and that was it, type of thing. So I'm going to take some of this out of her hair strands in here, a little bit there. I'm going to clean it a little bit up around the face. See, there's some right in her hair here as well. So I'll go over this and take some of this out, just a bit here. I don't like how it takes over even up here in the hairline. So there's no hair right in here. They never do. They kind of they leave hair, this pretty much like looking like there's no hair, and then they start down in the bottom part you know, hair and whatnot, and in the neck part down here in the nape of the neck. So, I don't know. I just really love to see her, you know, with her molded hair. I think she would be pretty still. Let's just go ahead with it and see how she looks. But anyways, let's put that on. And let's go at her nose here. All right, so we're going to come up into the hairline here now that she's got some paint still in these curls. Or wisp of hair, I should call them. Working in the hairline is difficult because you're tapping it and you don't want to leave it there too long because you don't want to take out any of the hair. Boy, there was a lot of paint right in that curl there. A lot of paint. I don't like picking it out either. All right. Wow, there we go. Okay. Now I want to get in here. I just want to get into this hair. So you see, I'm just going around the hairline here, this seam line, I mean, and there's hair in there, covered up by, it's covered up by, I'm going to stop this for a second. There's plaster that's covering up some of the hair in here. So I'm going to go all the way around this here and just dig this, like just sand it out, type of Dremel, just use the Dremel and go around that. And just kind of clean that up a bit. Now I know you're gonna see the, even when I paint, you're gonna see the seam line a bit, but it doesn't bother me in my dolls to see that. It's a doll. There's just something about, unless you wig it, you're gonna see that. That's why they put the plaster there, so you wouldn't see the seam line. But for some reason, I love seeing more hair than I care about seeing the seam line. Actually, I will Dremel the seam line down a bit too. I did that on the Valentine Day doll, and you could see bits of it here and there, but it didn't bother me. I know you could see it more all on this side. I saw that, but the only thing is, I didn't care. It just looks so much nicer. And it depends on what you're looking for in your doll when you're restoring it. If you want that seam line covered up, then you're going to cover up hair. I want to see hair, especially if I'm going to paint this hair. I want to see as much of it as I can get on this doll, because she's a beautiful doll. When she's going to show beautiful when she's done. That's the thing about her. But she's a gorgeous doll. She has a lot of expression on her face. She's just gorgeous, and I see more paint right here. Wow, that area was just full of paint. There we go. But yeah, so I'm digging it out. Now it's your preference, what you prefer. If you don't, you want to cover that up, then don't do what I'm doing then. So it's, you know, but I myself, I want the hair. Okay, let me get my, like I told you, I love my, I will always keep saying this to you too, I love my, these rags, these, what do you call them? I forgot their names already, but whatever they are, they pick up the dust and they hold on to it till I can get in the house and I wash my rags up. There we go. So let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, see, I know there's a bit of a band around here, but there's also hair in there. And that's what I want to see. All this did was just cover up this band. I don't know. I just want that band there. I think she looks nicer. You know, I'm getting more forefront of hair and everything. And that is nice. And I still see some more paint in the front of these curls here. Oh my word. Right in here, I'm seeing more paint in certain lights. Is this more paint here too? Wow. There's just paint all over this. Little flecks of paint, I see it. Little flecks. There we go. There we go. So I got that off there. So now what I'm going to do is clean up around the shoulder bit here. I'm going to take it all off, just some. I'll smooth that down a little bit too. Okay. So I just kind of clean that up a little bit, you know. Sometimes you got to find the right direction of how to get in here. There we go. All right, that looks good. You see, there's a ledge there now. I don't like leaving ledges, because ledges your paint will pick up on. Your paint will fall into those ledges. Probably clean more of that up as we go along, more of that. Yeah. Boy, they just goop it on. They don't always care about where they're. I hope you're getting all that. Where are we at right now? Are you seeing all this, or are we still recording? Oh, we're almost at the end here. So anyways, you see what I'm working on here. I'll be back. We'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.